What's up, everyone, and happy Mario Day. We're going to be checking out Super Mario 64. It's been a while since I've done this song. I think the last time I heard it was when I did my aquatic episode and video game music, so that was a while ago. And we return. This is going to be a series of videos in the Mario games. This is Bowser's theme, followed by Ultimate Bowser, the final Bowser fight, from Silver Shadow music requested by Shinigami Sparta and Tri-Edge 101. Let's get into it. I'm going to assume this is Koji Kondo. I haven't looked up anything. I don't know. This is Bowser's theme from Super Mario 64. I was expecting this kind of like sort of hip-hop thing. God, it sounds so like edgy. You know, you can tell Bowser's the bad guy here because of the song, actually. Even if you wouldn't know Bowser's the bad guy. Well, that was weird. That was super weird. What was that? I'm not gonna lie, I think this might be the most aggressive Koji Kondo percussion I've heard so far. I'm used to hearing him like all like very nice melodies. Is this him? Let me see. I'm pretty sure all of 64 is Koji Kondo. It sounds like an old like Black Sabbath song or something. What is that reminding me of? This reminds me of something. That's cool. That little rhythm shift. I like that. Kind of comes out of nowhere. You know, this is the... Actually, no, I was about to say... Actually, no, I think this might be the first time I hear anything Bowser related in video game history. I'm pretty sure. I think you guys underestimate just how much I've never played Mario. I just know of Bowser. I know what he looks like. This might be my introduction to Bowser music. There's still a minute left of this video, by the way. I'm just gonna skip. Okay, just an empty video. So I do recall recently hearing Mario and Luigi's Inside Bowser story or something like that. Bowser Inside Story, one of those. But I don't think that had anything to do with Bowser. I'm pretty sure. So now that I've acknowledged that, I feel kind of like a little... It's weird. Like I felt like a sense of nerves just kind of came over me. Like, oh no. This might be the first time that I've heard something Bowser related. And now I'm getting these kind of like... Okay, Jesse, you're about to talk to a lot of people that grew up with these games and know everything about this character. But please correct me if I have heard anything with Bowser in it. I don't think so. I don't think so. If for some reason this is your first video and you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, I've never owned Nintendo up until last year when someone got me a Switch. And actually, no. The Game Boy Color I had in 98, 97, 98, 99. That's it. So I missed out everything Nintendo. I was Sega and then PlayStation, and then I just stuck with Sony. So everything Mario to me is like super foreign. In fact, speaking of Mario, what was the song I did for the boss themes episode? It was like the great finale or the grand finale in the final. That song was sick. I don't know what game it was, but I remember it was Yoko Shimomura. That song, I've been listening to that song since. That's a great song. But anyways, I'm definitely aware of Bowser. I know who he is. He's kind of like, he's always, as far as I know, been like the main antagonist. I'm not sure if I don't know. I feel like the closest comparison I have to this would be like Sonic. You know, like Eggman's always going to be the bad, and I feel it's the same with Bowser and Mario. Like Bowser's always going to be the bad, but I don't know anything about Mario, so I don't know if Mario's had like other antagonists that have kind of, you know, come along the way or something. But I think the most interesting thing to me about this one is that, one, it sounds like a song that I can't think of right now. And it's like at the tip of my tongue too. It sounds like a classic rock song, kind of like a dad rock song. And maybe that's what I was reminding me of Black Sabbath. Not that Black Sabbath is dad rock, but that era, like 70s. I'll try to think of it. But also, if this, I'm pretty sure it's Koji Kondo. I'll look it up in a second. But I don't think I've ever heard anything that aggressive sounding from him. You know, everything I know of Koji Kondo is The Legend of Zelda and Mario as well, some Mario, but it's always like lighthearted and just kind of, you know, sometimes a little technical in here and there, but I never heard like this, you know, it sounds very much menacing, and that's really cool. You know, it's really, really cool. I feel like this song, based on its simplicity of its riff, it's probably been used a lot. Let me know if this song repeats in other games. Like, is this like the motif of Bowser? Has this motif existed before this game, or was this like, did it start here, or is it only in 64? I have so many questions when it comes to Mario. Any question you can think of is probably going through my head. All I know about Mario is that he's got a brother. There's Peach, there's Bowser, he's a plumber. The star characters, there's Toad. I'm telling you, man, I'm a noob with this stuff. One day I'll play Mario, I don't know when, but let's continue on this Mario Day. Ultimate Bowser. Now, if I had to guess, this has one of those motifs in there. We'll see. This is Ultimate Bowser, the final Bowser fight. Oh gosh. Why does that sound so haunted? Actually, you guys want to know my... Hold on. Ooh. We went straight Bach there. I was expecting some kind of energy, not classical organ. I forgot what I was gonna say. I'll say it after this song. Why does it sound so evil? Oh. All of a sudden, it sounds like a haunted mansion. I wonder what Koji Kondo's background is. Well, this is yet another side of Mario I've never heard before in my life. Really? It's almost over. I thought this would be like boom, kaka, boom, kaka, you know, just some crazy energy. I love stuff like this, man. Stuff with movements. Music needs to come back to having movements. It's been long enough. We need to cycle back. Oh, this was 1996? Oh my god. I just realized how long ago that was. Think of what year it is right now. Are you telling me this game and song are 30 years old? 29 years old? That is crazy, dude. Okay, I'm going to speak for most people here watching this. I'm going to say most of my audience, actually, according to the analytics of YouTube. So it kind of tells on you guys. It doxes all of you and it tells me your age. Most viewers here are my age. People right around time, grew up in the 90s, more or less. Some older. I want to say it goes from like 25 to 45 years old. So anyone who's watching this video right now is probably in that age range. If you're over that, that's cool. Nothing wrong with it. But if you're younger than that, I'm really curious what you think of this song, because this is before your time. And the thing about Mario, though, is it's so timeless, and this game is like never going anywhere, right? Like people consider Super Mario 64 like, I remember when it came out, because I didn't even play it. Remember, I grew up alongside it, so trust me, as a kid, you've heard of Super Mario 64, and I knew how big of an impact it was then. This is the day of like Blockbuster still, so it was like all over the shelves. Damn, I just said Blockbuster. My heart just like, I just like smelled the popcorn immediately going into that building. Do people even know what popcorn what Blockbuster is if you're born? Anyways. I'm not trying to sound like a boomer here, but it was a big deal. And what I was going to say earlier, which ties in with what I'm saying now, is the only way I even know anything about Mario 64 is because I watch Carl Jobs on YouTube, the speedrunner YouTuber. And he covers a lot of 64 speedruns and stuff. And I'm not even a speedrun watcher, I guess, really. Like I dabble in it and it's cool, but I'm not like but the way Carl's videos are, they're just like they just have a lot of information and they're entertaining. And so I always hear about like people constantly breaking records for this game all the time. And it's a 30-year-old game, you know? And it's just like, I feel like it's immortal. So really curious of like the younger crowd that got into Mario, what they think of this kind of stuff. Now for me, I just heard two styles of Koji Kondo I've never heard before, back to back. It's really strange for me, but it totally makes sense because I don't ever want to say that I know Koji Kondo's sound. I just thought I did, and this channel has proven completely otherwise what I thought was, you know, his capabilities. The first one, very reminiscent of what probably his childhood consisted of, because those kind of riffs and that like Black Sabbath-y kind of Deep Purple sound were probably his teenage years. And then the second one was completely a classical piece. And that to me was telling me maybe he actually had a classical background, because to write stuff like that, you have to be, I mean, you don't have to be, I don't know. I always assume that someone writes classical music, they're heavily invested into it, or were for a lot of years. Like I don't think you can just write a classical piece out of the clear blue sky. Maybe I can, but there's just a finesse with it. There's a flow to it and a way of writing it. That's so convincing to me as a classical piece. I feel you can call someone out on their bluff. Like show this song to any like really old person. I don't know, 60s, something, whatever. Show them this and just see what they say. Like, oh yeah, that's blah, blah, blah. I know that one. They don't know it. You know what I mean? They're going to think it's an old classic Beethoven or J.S. Bach or Vivaldi or something. I like these kind of songs for that reason, you know, just to have like one day, like some kind of like game show or just try to stump people. Actually, you know who this would be good for is Tarvold. Shout out Tarvold from Tarvold's Quest, who had me on their show doing a video game music trivia. Someone send this to him, and I bet you anything, whoever hears this, unless they already know Mario, they're going to be like, oh, that's from Castlevania, or that's from whatever. Or maybe I'm just the only person in the world who's never heard of this, because everyone seems to know about SM64. But that's really cool for me, because I know this game is super Loved by a lot of people. I've actually never really heard anything bad about this game. I'm sure it's not like everyone's cup of tea, but it's still, it always seemed like it had a lot of respect for it. It seemed very groundbreaking at the time, you know? And this was during when the PlayStation was already like, technically, I mean, I'm speaking technically, was more advanced than the Nintendo 64, right? It had CDs as opposed to cartridges, more memory, better subjective graphics. It's not a competition. I'm just saying, anything that came out of the like to me, the 64 always seemed like such a big deal because it didn't need that. It didn't matter. Like the game spoke for themselves, kind of thing. You know, it didn't matter if it was cartridges. I think people only thought of the 64 as like being behind only for like such a limited time, and then it held its own. You know, that's the way I always saw it. I never thought. First of all, I don't really ever believe in like console wars. That's pretty stupid to me. It's all video games. But you know, some people are just like, no, you know, whatever. It's their personality. But I always like I said, I was a kid growing up alongside it, so I saw the success of it, and I always heard of like Ocarina of Time and SM64, and here we are still talking about it later. So obviously, it was a big deal, and I'm kind of envious of people that were my age at that time with that console. That must have been a pretty fun childhood. One more thing. Would you say this game, I'm just curious, when you played it as a kid, if you played it as a kid when it came out, was this game hard? I know as a kid you're probably more, you got better reactions and, you know, whatever, but I've heard this game can be pretty difficult. Just curiosity. I don't know. I love platformers, so it seems interesting to me. Okay. Well, we continue with Mario Day. More Mario songs are coming. But it was nice to return to SM64 with a classical piece from Hell and a rock theme. What is that song it's reminding me of, dude? It's been... I was hoping it would just come to me while I was hearing the other one, but... Hold on. What is it, dude? Oh! Oh my god. That's so funny. I'm gonna start turning red here in a second. That's so funny because just like 2 minutes ago I said it reminds me of like Black Sabbath and Deep Purple. It's Deep Purple. It's Deep Purple. It's it's the biggest meme song there is in the guitar world. Good old 035. I was like, why is it like, what am I thinking of? Yeah. For those that don't know, like in the guitar world, that's like the biggest meme ever. Because it's like everyone's first song they ever learned, which was not mine, by the way. First song I ever learned on guitar was Come As You Are from Nirvana. Okay, well, that was great. More Mario. Thank you, Shinigami Sparta and Triad101. Thanks to all the patrons here on screen. I couldn't be here without them. What's your favorite Mario game? My name is Jesse in the auditorium. Peace.